This story contains adult language and adult content and has
Oh,
been...
dear Cersei, shut up and just play the episode. Enjoy the finale of The Witch's Gloves.
After such long anticipation, Halloween night finally came. All over town, everyone was dressing up. Kids were trick-or-treating, candy stores were getting mobbed, and campus seemed so excited about this witch Sabbath. Most of the old town seemed enthusiastic as well. For a town that once hung witches, now to celebrate them in the middle of the town's park square was amazing. Meanwhile, I was at the house looking in a mirror. I had on my full witch magic garb and trusted black gloves. But this time, I had a pointy hat on. I guess I've come full circle. My parents would never let me dress in a costume like this.
I actually dressed like this a couple times as a girl. Parents never gave it a second thought back then.
This hat is demeaning.
Oh, you look wicked.
The broomstick is bad enough, but you know this hat has anti-Semitic history behind it, right?
Listen, I just want to go out as a witch tonight, get drunk, and get laid.
Yeah, it would be nice to wind down after so much work.
You're starting to become my favorite, Blondie.
Don't let it go to your head, Grace. She once said that about me.
So, did you bring the ointment?
We are not using the ointment.
Oh, come on!
I'm wearing the damn hat. The ointment is where I draw the line.
Ointment?
It's an old fable about witches that they use this hallucinogenic ointment to fly by rubbing it on their... well...
Oh. Well, good thing I have gloves on. We went to the rooftop. The sun had just gone down and the colors of night were starting to set in. Already a number of stars came to greet us, and the moon was bright. The autumn breeze felt perfect, which kept my gloved hands from getting too warm. For kids celebrating Halloween, and witches celebrating Samhain alike, this was a glorious night. It was only at that moment I realized I would have to fly for real.
You can do this, and I'll stay close to you.
Okay.
Everyone ready? Dear Cersei, protect us. With breath and will, we east this spell. With dark of night, we now take flight. Anoint the broom in thine potion well.
Fly this night for a witch's delight.
Ascend!
Woo! And with this broom between my legs, I lifted off the ground like a rocket, following Janis and Rosalita, who were gliding like jets. Rhiannon stayed close behind. The wind was whipping all around me. I could see the trees racing below. So this is what it felt like to fly. Rhiannon flew beside me, a sly smile on her face. Seeing her in a full witch garb, the hat, the gloves, while riding on a broomstick may have traditionally been seen as a sight to be feared, for me, she looked beautiful. Inspiring, really.
Don't scare them, Rosie, for Cersei's sake.
I looked down and saw so many people looking up at us as we soared through the sky. Some stared, some pointed, some ran in fear, but the younger kids seemed to point in wonder. I waved to them to let them know that we were good witches, probably also to offset Rosalita's wickedness. And then came the park, the common, in the middle of decorated houses. Already crowded people in witch costumes were gathered in front of the bandstand.
Coming up on the park.
Let's fly low. Show them what real witches look like.
Okay.
Look up in the sky.
Oh my god!
We planned to just fly by them and land away from prying eyes, but Rosalita just couldn't help but show off. She flew in spirals, rolled through the air. She might even have done a handstand on her broom. It was a bit much, but it had the desired effect. Everyone cheered for it like a Halloween stunt show.
Enough.
The show ended as we disappeared behind the trees and landed. I was out of breath from that experience. Being on land was both a relief and a strange sensation.
You okay?
That was amazing!
Were you attempting to win Olympic gold for broom flying?
Come on, they loved it. Let's go!
Remember, don't attract too much attention.
You ready?
Will you hold my hand? I don't know how to explain, but I feel a strange tingling sensation under my gloves.
Halloween has that effect on our energy. The gloves will protect you, especially while holding mine.
With our gloved hands together, I felt like we could do anything. As we emerged from the trees to greet a crowd of wannabe witches and warlocks, Rosalita happened.
Good evening, sisters of the moon.
Ugh, so much for not attracting attention.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Rosalita. This is Janis, Rhiannon, and Layla.
Layla?
Were you the one flying through the air?
How did you do that? Were you using one of those drones?
Ugh, I can't explain magic. Now, enough talk. Where's the liquor?
Rosalita walked into the crowd and reveled in her popularity. Janis was far less conspicuous and headed over to the DJ booth at the bandstand where a giant carved pumpkin was on display. That left Rhiannon and I, still holding hands as we walked through the crowd. Because so many girls were wearing witch hats and black robes, we didn't stand out as much. We were just two more witches enjoying our night out. Even our hand-holding wasn't commented on since many boys and girls were flirting with each other. My house party a month ago, I'd felt so nervous. And now, I felt at home with it all.
Grace! Stephanie!
Hey, Christine. You're wearing all white?
Yeah, I'm a white witch. It matches my gloves. Or rather, Grace's gloves.
They look nice on you.
Just now, were you really flying?
Well,
Do you believe we were really flying?
I mean, it looked real to me.
Christine, just for tonight, let's not worry about what's real or not. It's Halloween. Anything's possible. And you can call us by our witch names.
Okay. Rhiannon, right?
Perfect.
Wow, you two really went all out.
It's because they're real witches.
oh come now. Tonight, everyone is a real witch. You too, Bobby. Or warlock, rather.
I feel like I went more for Dracula than a warlock. Bleh. I can fly too by turning into a vampire bat.
Vampires don't actually turn into bats. Come on, Layla. Let's get some drinks and get on the dance floor.
More like dance grass.
Can we come with you?
Yeah, you can show us the ropes.
The authentic witches were the hit of the party. Nobody judged us or stared at us. We were all accepted and almost revered by some. I don't know if most of them thought this was all just pretend or were serious about the craft. But it really was a time to just celebrate life.
Come on, Janis, get over here.
Rosalita, no.
Everyone, this is Janis, and she would like to speak about the real meaning of tonight's Sabbath, the celebration of Samhain.
What is that?
Well, in the pagan traditions, Samhain is a time to celebrate our deceased ancestors and spirits alike. That's actually where so much of Halloween came from. Dressing up as monsters, lighting bonfires, or even jack-o'-lanterns. But not to scare away these spirits, to honor them. And while I'm sure most of you just dressed up as witches for fun, we should take the time to recognize the lost souls who were taken right here for accused witchcraft.
That's like a tag.
So I'm gonna light this candle.
Did she just light that with her bare finger?
No, she's wearing gloves, silly.
And we can place it right here in this pumpkin. Thank you to Floyd's Market for providing it.
Rosalita, since it's her first Sabbath, perhaps Layla should place the candle.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
You can do it, Greg.
You got this.
You remember the spell?
Yes. Dear Circe, I light a candle to bless this night with the splendor of fire, the freedom of the wind, the stability of the earth, and the depth of the sea. Sun and moon, give us birth, life, death, and rest. For we shall all meet again once our souls leave this world. Blessed be.
Blessed be!
You're all supposed to say that too.
Blessed be. Can we get back to drinking and dancing now?
Hell yeah!
So, the celebration continued. The candle and the pumpkin burned bright. Even Janis seemed to be opening up to people there, my friends included. They must have been intrigued by her historical knowledge.
Say, Layla, you don't mind if I steal a dance, do you?
Oh, well,
I think your friends are busy arguing with that witch with the fire tricks.
Would you stop showing off?
No!
Well, I suppose we could dance for a minute.
Great. You know, I gotta say, holding your hand, your glove, it feels, how do I say this?
Powerful?
Not quite what I was going to say, but sure. You, certainly know your witch stuff. Makes me want to read up more about it. What would you say to getting together and sharing your knowledge?
You're sweet, Bobby, but I am spoken for.
Oh, I wasn't... well, okay. Maybe I was hoping there was a chance.
Hey, mind if I cut in?
Oh, sorry. I hope I didn't...
Here, come dance with me, handsome. I'm much better than Layla.
Well, if you insist...
We were just dancing, that's all.
I know. Hold me close.
Okay. It's so weird having a, I guess, kind of normal night out with you. Especially since, well, I never had a real experience like this on Halloween night.
Well, I'm honored to share it with you. It's a beautiful night, isn't it? Can't you feel the energy just flowing through you? Like we really have connected with the spirits of the past.
Yeah, but I was actually thinking about something else.
What's that?
Just how thankful I am that we met, that we connected, and that you all took me in as your fellow witch. And all from us bonding over our gloves.
Indeed.
Yes,
my love?
Well, I was just going to say, in case you don't know it, I love you.
I love you too.
I stared into her eyes as we held each other and swayed to the music. We weren't the only ones on the dance floor this close, but I was trying to shake off my insecurity. So, I just leaned in and kissed her. We'd obviously kissed before, but never with so many people surrounding us. The magic of that moment, the thrill of it, I felt it throughout my body, and suddenly we were hovering in the air. Everyone, of course, saw us, but at that moment, neither of us seemed to care. Our kiss continued as we felt the earth leave our feet. When we finally came out of our trance...
Oh dear Circe, look what you did.
Oh God, everyone's staring.
Want to bring us back to Earth?
Of course. I closed my eyes and let our feet slowly touch the ground, never letting go of each other.
Really pushing our luck here.
Now who's showing off? Hey you! Pucker up, buddy boy.
Everybody stay down. Don't move, and nobody has to get hurt.
Except for any real witches.
Well, yeah, but nobody else has to get hurt.
Oh my gosh,
What's gonna happen?
Oh dear Circe, it's them. And they all have guns now.
Shh. All four of us have a protection spell. They might not even see us.
They had shot the pumpkin. Its shattered carcass was a reminder of what could happen to anyone there. We were all spread out. Rosalita had stepped away from Bobby and discreetly moved towards Janis. Rhiannon and I were still in the middle of the square, hidden by a sea of people.
This ends now. This witchery. Give your respects to the master, the only man who can cleanse this land of evil.
It's the same-headed man who came to our house.
Is this some kind of Halloween prank or something?
I don't think it is.
I'll burn them alive before they even think of...
No, it's what they want us to do. Frame us as dangerous.
Young people, you have all been deceived, corrupted for the price of your very souls. There are real witches among you, agents of the devil. You may think it is innocent fun this night, but remember, witches have spilled the blood of children, little babies, all for their own power.
You know you're the ones carrying guns, right?
Silence, sinner, or I'll blast you myself.
No. We shall forgive this young man for his disrespect. He simply does not know, so we will show him.
How do we stop them, Rhiannon?
I can see Janis from here. She's shaking her head no.
No? We gotta do something. What about the light spell?
No, Layla, if they don't find us, they'll have no reason to be here anymore.
Who among you are the real witches? The ones who took to the air?
If we're careful, we might even be able to sneak out of here.
What? I'm not leaving my friends here alone with these creeps.
What if they give us up to save themselves?
They won't.
How about you, Dracula? Since you're so eager to speak up?
Oh, come on, man. That was just some Halloween trick. Riding on drones or something. You don't seriously believe witches are real.
Didn't used to. Until I was attacked by them.
Why don't you just tell who in the crowd was doing that trick, and we'll figure it out from there.
Please, Bobby. Please don't tell them.
If he rats us out, then I'll burn him.
Let's just prepare to fly out of here as fast as possible.
I think they just took some booze and took off. Right, Nancy?
Yeah, that's right. Nasty witches taking our booze and running off. In fact, I think one of them mentioned flying up the coast, right?
Yeah, I think they did.
I was there. It happened. Yeah.
All right, let's run to the coast.
Yes!
They're lying. I know the witches are still here.
Perhaps you should all be punished for aiding them.
This is ridiculous. You don't have the right to judge us or anyone, even if witches are real. Doesn't the Bible say to treat others as you would be treated?
Wait, those white gloves.
She must be the witch in disguise.
What?
No! Christine!
Get over here.
No, let me go!
She's not a witch!
Get your hands off her.
I won't be aiming my gun in the air next time someone moves. Now stay back.
No!
Rhiannon, we have to stop them!
Layla, no, you'll be killed too! I won't let that happen!
Christine was brought towards the group's master. He lifted up the top of her glove without taking it off so he could see that there was a mark. Of course, there wasn't one. But when he spoke up...
You shall set an example. You are accused of heresy and witchcraft. With this knife, your blood shall be spilt for the good of mankind.
No!
Please! I'm not a witch!
Then who is?
I am.
Janis flew in the air without a broom and tossed her hat to the side. Everyone now knew this wasn't a Halloween trick. As she landed in front of the so-called master, she knocked his hood off without even touching it. The creeps cocked their guns towards her.
Wait!
The man's face finally revealed itself. Reverend Miller?
I know you.
And I know you. The same man who kept me captive, like an animal.
So now you all see, this is the witch. A sinner, a demon, an agent of the devil.
The only agent of the devil here is you.
Is that so? Then why do you cover your hands with the witch's gloves? I know very well you're hiding the mark of the devil. That's why you wear them.
I wear the witch's gloves because I choose to. And better to have my hand marked than have your own heart marked by such evil.
Master, just let me shoot her.
I am an agent of the Lord. I have devoted my entire
She's stalling.
life
She wants us to save ourselves.
No, I know what to do. Quietly. Let's get to Rosalita while the creeps are distracted.
I am protecting
Okay.
children.
Is this your answer? Perpetuating centuries of witch hunts and mass murders. And here, on the site of the Salem witch trials, on the night of Samhain, and all for what? To cling to old superstitions for the sake of your own power? I can't think of a more devilish action than what you all represent.
Is that so? Well then, if I am so evil, why not take my knife and stick it in me? Let everyone see who the real murderer is, and I will ascend to heaven as a martyr.
You know the cops will be here soon after all this gunplay. Take your goons, leave this place, and never return.
Cops or no cops, I will never stop hunting wicked women like you. And neither will these people. They fear you far more than us.
No, we don't! She put my life before hers when you were about to take it!
Yeah, you heard what she said.
Beat it, creeps.
You gotta leave, son.
Shut up!
I'm warning you all.
Very well. Then you shall all pay the price for heresy and witchcraft.
By earth and air, by fire and water. Cersei, give us lights! With the quickest blast of light possible, Rhiannon, Rosalita, and I blasted the three creeps so their guns went flying out of their hands.
Quick, grab the guns.
No!
Yes! You motherfucker!
Janis, Are you okay?
More than I can say for these creeps.
Please don't hurt us.
We surrender.
Yeah, we were, hypnotized. Yeah, that's right.
Shut the hell up!
Yes, ma'am.
Reverend Miller?
Grace.
I trusted you! You threatened to kill my friends, my fellow sister. You deserve to die. I won't hold back my light this time. By earth and air.
Layla, no! Don't do it!
Yeah, save some for me!
No more violence shall be had tonight. Enough souls have been lost on this soil. But as for you, I can now finally avenge them. I bind thee, so-called Reverend Miller. I bind thee from doing harm to others. We 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 bind thee from doing harm to others. It is over.
Grace?
I turned around to see a group of my friends and fellow students staring at me. They used to stare at me for wearing white gloves. Now they stared at me for, well, everything. I didn't know what to say. But when Rhiannon took my hand and I looked her way, I was able to take a deep breath and speak. Everyone, I am a witch. All 4 of us are witches. You once knew me as Grace Glover, the good girl who wore white gloves. Now, well, I guess that was just a cover-up for who I truly am. I am Layla. This is me. But if I have one wish for you all, it's not to treat me any differently than before. I mean, okay, I guess flying through the air does make it hard not to see me in a different light, but I don't want to be seen as evil or immoral or anything like that just because I wear the witch's gloves. None of us should be judged like that. We have feelings, dreams, aspirations, and fears just like any of you. And we love as well. Right, Rhiannon?
Of course.
I guess the point I'm trying to make is, don't let others' prejudice become your own. See us for who we really are. Let that be how we honor the deceased on this Halloween. The celebration of Samhain.
Beautifully said, Layla.
We got sirens coming down the street.
You girls go.
Yeah, we'll tell them about the mysterious witches that saved us from these terrorists.
We promise to cooperate.
Yeah, just don't hurt us.
Well, hurt them, not me.
Will you shut up?
Thank you. I must say, you have all restored my faith in the future.
Grace, Layla, we'll still see you again, right?
Well, we do have to find out who won the election of 1860. Right, Rhiannon?
I mean, I already know it was Lincoln, but we'll still be in class. As long as we can keep this on the DL.
Of course.
Let's take off before they see us. Circe, give us flight.
We sat on the rooftop of our home in the middle of the woods looking up at the moon. We created a circle of candles and sat beside each other.
Spirits from beyond, you can rest in peace.
You were very brave tonight, Lady Janis.
And you too, Layla. We wouldn't have defeated them without your plan.
I had to do something. Do you think this may be the start of us finally being accepted?
Overcoming centuries of persecution is not so easy after only one incident. That would be like moving the moon with your own hands. But the way you spoke to them may have been one step towards a better future for us.
I gotta say, I wasn't expecting them to stand up to those creeps like they did.
Whatever happens tomorrow, or the day after, I know I'm ready to face us. Especially if I have you by my side, my love.
Always. You know, I gotta say, after all the flying and fighting, my hands feel really hot in these gloves.
Oh, for Circe's sake, Blondie, you're still complaining?
Rosalita.
Well, she is.
Hey, you complained about the beer being too warm.
And wasn't it?
I was so enamored by the moon looking up at the sky. I raised my hands encased in black rubber, and placed them around the moon like I was holding it in place. Did I really have the power to move the moon with these witches' gloves? Time would tell. May we shine ever so bright. Blessed be. You've been listening to The Witch's Gloves, written and produced by Jim Savy, starring KendoGurl as Grace,
Bree Frankel as Rhiannon,
Ranita Bowers as Janis,
Mars Mentality as Rosalita,
Danielle Ferguson as Christine,
Alyce Spencer as Nancy, and this story's very own witch law consultant.
Samuel Baker as Bobby.
Wilfer Jones Gatlin as Samuel.
Mike Farron as Jonathan.
Justin Ali as Thomas.
Webdell as Professor Green.
And Jim Savy as Reverend Miller.
Special thanks to Anna, Kwan, and Olivia Fairless for contributing to the artwork. Thanks for listening, and blessed be.